finish, amen. Next person. Switch on video, you need to use the time, switch off, no toilet. Yeah, if you feel your blur already, like switch off for a while, but join in back again. Yeah. Stay back for a while. After that, I think that's basic about it. And maybe ask me more like the first one to go in. You open with prayer. Yeah. Order is yours. Yeah.
Dear Father, I'd like to for you, thank you Lord for this time, Lord, come before you, honor your word. Thank you for your love of us. Thank you for your word. Thank you for the word that will live on forever, Lord. As we read, oh God, we just raise up this intent before you about the whole of the nation. We pray you bless the nation, bless each one of us, bless our churches as well. Help us, Lord, to read, enjoy your word, and tonight, Amen. After we in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Everybody will switch on your video, except myself. And
Ready, I will press the like button.
Think Leong go over to off our video. The rest can short the video.
What is the thumb up? Go.
That's the reaction.
Things starts 2 o'clock, is it? You will start at 2 o'clock. I will start to live first. It will take time for you to get ready and speak. So you have 3 more minutes before 2 o'clock. Then you are on live now. Joshua chapter 11 verse 1. And it came to pass when traveling King Hazor heard these things, he sent to Jobab, king of Bedon, the king of Shimron, the king of Ashad. And the kings who were from the north in the mountains in the plain of south of Shimron, the lowland, the heights of Dor in the west, to the Canaanites in the east and in the west, Morite, Hittite, Perizzite, and Jebusite in the mountains, and Hivite below Hermon in the land of Mizpah. So they went out, they and all the armies with them, as many people as the sand that is on the seashore in multitude, with very many horses and chariots. When all these kings had met together, they came and camped together in the waters of Merom to fight against Israel. And the Lord said to Joshua, do not be afraid because of them. Tomorrow about this time I will kill all of them slain before Israel, and shall constrain the horses and burn their chariots with fire. So Joshua and all the people of war with him came against them suddenly by the waters of Merom, and they attacked them. And the Lord delivered them into the hand of Israel. They defeated them and chased them from greater Sidon to the brook, which Rapport is the valley of Mizpah eastward, and attacked them until they left none of them remaining. Joshua did to them as the Lord had told him. He unstrung the horses and burned the chariots with fire. Joshua turned back at the time and took Hazor and struck its king with the sword, for Hazor was formerly the head of all those kingdoms. And they struck all the people who were in it with the edge of the sword, and utterly destroyed them. There was none left within, but they burned Hazor with fire. So all the cities of those kings and all the kings Joshua took and struck with the edge of the sword, and utterly destroyed them, as Moses the servant of the Lord had commanded. As for the cities that stood on the mounts, Israel burned none of them, except Hazor only, which Joshua burned. And all the spoil of these cities and the livestock the children of Israel took as booty for themselves. But they struck every man with the edge of the sword until they had destroyed them, and they left none behind. As the Lord had commanded Moses his servant, so Moses commanded Joshua, and so Joshua did. He left nothing undone of all that the Lord had commanded Moses. As Joshua took all this land, the mountain country, all the south, and all the land of Goshen, the lowland and the Jordan plain, the mountains of Israel and the wilderness, from Mount Halak that descend to Seir, even as far as Beer Gad, and the valley of Lebanon below Mount Hermon, he captured all their kings and struck them down and killed them. Joshua made war a long time with all those kings. There was not a city that made peace with the children of Israel, except the Hivites, the inhabitants of Gibeon. All the others they took in battle. For it was of the Lord to harden their hearts, that they should come against Israel in battle, that he might utterly destroy them, and that they might receive no mercy, but that he might destroy them, as the Lord had commanded Moses. And at that time Joshua came and cut off Anakim from the mountains, and Hebron from Debir from Anak, all the mountains of Judah, all the mountains of Israel. Joshua utterly destroyed them with blood. None of the Anakim were left, the men of the children of Israel, remained only in Gaza, in Gath, and in Ashkelon. So Joshua took the whole land according to all that the Lord had said to Moses. And Joshua gave it as an inheritance to Israel according to the divisions by their tribes. Then the land rested on them. These are the kings of the land whom the children of Israel possessed, the land they possessed on the other side of the Jordan, toward the rising of the sun, from the river Arnon to Mount Hermon, and all the eastern Jordan plain. One king was Sihon, king of Amorites, who dwelt in Heshbon and ruled half of Gilead. From Arrow, which is on the bank of the river Arnon, from the middle of the river, even as far as the river Jabbok, which is the border of Ammon. And the eastern Jordan plain from the sea of Kinnereth as far as the sea of Arabah, the South Sea, below the Beth Jeshimon, and southward below the streams of Pisgah. The other king was Og, king of Bashan, whose territory was of the remnant of the giants. They dwelt at Ashtaroth and at Edrei, and resigned and reigned over Mount Hermon, over Salcah, and all Bashan, as far as the border of the Geshurites and the Maacathites, and half of Gilead to the border of Sihon, king of Heshbon. This Moses was servant of the Lord, and the children of Israel he conquered. And Moses was servant of the Lord, and given it as a possession to the Reubenites, the Gadites, and half tribe of Manasseh. These are the kings of the country which Joshua and the children of Israel possessed on this side of the Jordan, on the west, from Gad in the valley of Lebanon, as far as Mount Halak, and the ascent to Seir, which Joshua gave to the tribe of Israel as a possession according to the divisions. The mountain country in the lowlands, in the Jordan plain, in the slopes, in the wilderness, and in the south, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites. The king of Jericho won, the king of Ai, which is beside Bethel won, the king of Jerusalem won, the king of Hebron won, the king of Jarmuth won, the king of Lachish won, the king of Eglon won, the king of Gaza won, the king of Gaza won, the king of Gaza won, the king of Hormah won, the king of Heret won, the king of Libnah won, the king of Adullam won, the king of Madeda won, the king of Bethel won, the king of Tapua won, the king of Opher won, the king of Ephek won, the king of Lasharon won, the king of Meron won, the king of Hazor won, the king of Shemameron won, the king of Meshech won, the king of Anak won, the king of Megiddo won, the king of Kadesh won, the king of Jerusalem and Lebanon won, the king of Dor and the heights of Dor won, the king of the people of Dor won, the king of Uzzah won, all the kings of the won. Joshua was old, advanced in years. So the Lord said to him, you are old, advanced in years, and there remains very much land yet to be possessed. This is the land that yet remains, all the territory of the Philistines and all that possess Jeshurite from Sihor, the king of Egypt, as far as the border of Ekron northward, which is counted as Canaanite. 5 lords of the Philistines, Gazites, Ashtazites, Ashmolites, Hittites, the Ephonites, also the Hivites. To the south, all the land of the Canaanites, and Merah belongs to the Sidonians as far as Aphek, the border of Ammon. The bank of the Gibeonites, and all Lebanon towards the Sinai. From Baal Gad till Mount Hermon, as far as it enters to the Hamath. All the inhabitants of the mountains of Lebanon, as far as the brook Mizpeh, and all the Sidonians. Then I will drive out from before the children of Israel. Only divide it by lot of Israel to inheritance. I have one. Now therefore divide this land as an inheritance to the 9 tribes and a half tribe of Manasseh. To the other half tribe of the Reubenites and the Gadites, I give the inheritance which Moses has given them beyond the Jordan to Israel, as Moses the servant of the Lord has given them. From Aroer, which is on the bank of the river Arnon, to the town that is in the midst of the Reubim, and all the plain of Medeba as far as Dibon. All the cities of Sihon, king of the Amorites, the reign of Heshbon as far as the border of the children of Ammon. Gilead from the border of the Geshurites and the Manassites, all Mount Hermon, and all Bashan as far as Salcah. All the kingdom of Og and Bashan remain in Ashtaroth and Edrei. They remain of the remnant of the giants, and Moses had defeated and cast out east. Nevertheless, the children of Israel did not drive out the Geshurites or the Manassites, but the Geshurites and the Manassites dwelt among the Israelites until this day. Only to the tribe of Levi I have given no inheritance. The sacrifices to the Lord God of Israel made by fire are your inheritance, as he said to them. And Moses had given to the tribe of the children of Reuben an inheritance according to their families. The territory was from Aroer, which is on the bank of the river Arnon, a city that is in the midst of the ravine and all the plain by Medeba. Heshbon and all the cities that in the plain, Dibon, Ammon, Bel, Bethel, Elbermeon, Jahaza, Kedemot, Mephah, Kiriathaim, Sema, Jereth, Shahar, and the mountain of the valley. Beth Peor, the slopes of Pisgah, and Beth Shimoth. All the cities of the plain and all the kingdom of Sihon, king of Amorites, were reigned in Heshbon. And Moses raised up the kings of Sihon, Midian, Leviathan, Zur, and Reba, who were princes of Sihon dwelling in the country. And the children of Israel also killed with the sword Balaam, son of Beor, the soothsayer among those who were killed with them. And the border of the children of Reuben was the bank of the Jordan. This was the inheritance of the children of Reuben according to their families, the cities and the villages. Moses also had given an inheritance to the son of Gad. The children of Gad according to their families. Their territory was Gaza and all the cities and villages. Half of the land of the Ammonites as far as Eber, which is before Rabbah. And from Heshbon to Ramah and Arpah the Mediterranean, and from Mahanaim to the border of Jordan, and in the valley of Beth Aram, Ben Nimrah, Succoth, and Zebulun. The rest of the kingdom of Sihon, king of Heshbon, to the Jordan borders as far as the pitch of Chinnereth on the other side of the Jordan eastward. This is the inheritance of the children of Gad according to their families, the cities, and the villages. Moses also had given an inheritance to the half-tribe of Manasseh. It was for half the tribe of the children of Manasseh according to their families. The territory was from Mahanaim, all Bashan, all the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, and all the towns of Gilead, which are in Bashan, which is the half of Gilead, and Ashtaroth, and Edrei, cities of the kingdom of Og and Bashan. So for the children of Machir, son of Manasseh, for the half of the children of Manasseh, according to the families. These are the areas which Moses distributed as an inheritance to the plain Amor, on the other side of the Jordan, by Jericho eastward. But to the tribe of Levi, Moses had given no inheritance. The Lord, the father of Israel, was their inheritance, as he had said to them. Amen.
Joshua chapter 14, verse 1. These are the areas which the children of Israel inherited in the land of Canaan, which Eleazar the priest, Joshua the son of Israel, distributed as an inheritance to them. Their inheritance was by lot, as the Lord had commanded by the hand of Moses, for the 9 tribes and the half tribes. For Moses had given the inheritance of the 2 tribes and the half tribe on the other side of the Jordan. But to the Levites he had given no inheritance from Baalah to Mount Seir, passed along to the side of Mount Jerim on the north, which is Chesalon, and went down to Beth Shemesh and passed on to Timnah. And the border went out to the side of Ekron northward. Then the border went around to Shikron, passed along to Mount Baalah, and extended to Jatneel. And the border ended at the sea. The west border was the coastline of the Great Sea. This is the boundary of the children of Judah all around according to the families. Now to Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, he gave a share among the children of Judah according to the commandment of the Lord Joshua, namely Kirjath Arba, which is Hebron. Arba was the father of Anak. Caleb drove out the 3 sons of Anak from there, Sheshai, Ahiman, and Talmai, the children of Anak. Then he went up from there to the inhabitants of Debir. Formerly the name of Debir was Kirjath Sepher. And Caleb said, he who attacks Kirjath Sepher takes it, to him I will give Achsah, my daughter, as wife. So Othniel, the son of Kenaz, the brother of Caleb, took it, and he gave him Achsah, his daughter, as wife. Now it was so, when she came to him, that she persuaded him to ask her father for a king. So she dismounted from the donkey, and Caleb said to her, what do you wish? She answered, give me a blessing. Since you have given me land in the south, give me also springs of water. So he gave her the upper springs and the lower springs. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Judah according to their families. Tribe of the children of Judah, toward the border of Edom in the south were Kabzeel, Eder, Jagun, Kina, Limona, Ada, Kadesh, Hazor, Dialon, Hazor, Hadassah, Periel, Hezron, which is Hazor, Amam, Shima, Molada, Hazakada, Heshmon, Bethpelet, Hadashual, Yeshiva, Jonta, Baala, Ejim, Ezem, Eltolek, Chesil, Hormah, Ziklag, Matmana, Sansana, Labaal, Shilhim, Ain, and Rimon. All the cities are 29 villages. In the lowlands, Eshtaol, Zorah, Ashna, Zanoah, Engani, Tapua, Enam, Jarmuth, Adullam, Soko, Isika, Sharaim, Adithaim, Gedera, and Gederothaim. 14 cities with that religion: Danan, Hadashah, Migdal, Gad, Gilead, Mizpah, Joktheel, Lachish, Bozkath, Eglon, Kabon, Lamat, Kisdish, Gederoth, Ben Dagon, Naamah, and Makkedah. 16 cities in that region: Libnah, Ether, Ashan, Jiptah, Ashna, Zip, Keilah, Ashzib, and Maresha. 9 cities in that region. Ekron, with its towns and villages. From Ekron to the sea, all that lay near Ashdod with their villages. Ashdod with its towns and villages. Gaza with its towns and villages. As far as the brook of Egypt, the great sea with its coastline. And in the mountain country, Shamir, Jatir, Soko, Dana, Kerjasana, which is the beer, Anak, Ashtemo, Anim, Goshen, Holon, and Gaido. 11 cities with their villages: Arab, Juma, Ashian, Janun, Beth Tapua, Africa, Kumsar, Kerjas Abba, Hebron, and Lyon. 9 cities with their villages: Maon, Carmel, Zip, Juttah, Jezreel, Jokdim, Zanoah, Haim, Gibeah, and Timnah. 10 cities with their villages: Halhu, Bethzur, Gedor, Ma'aras, Beth Anos, and Eltekon. 6 cities with their villages: Kerjas Baal, which is Kerjas Jerim, and Rabbah. 2 cities with their villages. In the wilderness, Beth Araba, Midin, Terkaka, Nibshan, the city of salt, and En-Shaddai. 6 cities with their villages. As for the Jebusites, the inhabitants of Jerusalem, the children of Judah could not drive them out, but the Jebusites dwell with the children of Judah at Jerusalem this day. The Lord fell to the children of Joseph from the Jordan by Jericho, to the waters of Jericho on the east, to the wilderness that goes up from Jericho, through the mountains of Bethel, then went out from Bethel to Ruth, passed along to the border of the Archites at Eteroth, and went down westward to the boundary of the Jebusites, as far as the boundary of Lower Beth Horon together, and ended at the sea. So the children of Joseph, Manasseh, and Ephraim took their inheritance. The border of the children of Ephraim, according to the families, was thus. The border of their inheritance on the east side was Ataroth Adar, as far as Upper Beth Horon. And the border went out towards the sea on the north side of Mectah. Then the border went around eastward to Anab, Shiloh, and passed by it on the east of Janohah. Then it went down from Janohah to Ekoroth and Naarah, pitched to Jericho, came out at the Jordan. The border went out from Aphua westward to the brook Hannah, and it ended at the sea. This was the children of Ephraim according to the families. The 7 cities of the children of Ephraim were among the inhabitants of the children of Manasseh, all the cities with their villages. And they did not drive out the Canaanites who dwelt in Gaza, but the Canaanites dwelt among the Ephraimites this day, and have become forced inwards.
Joshua chapter 17, verse 1. There was also a lot for the tribe of Manasseh, for he was the firstborn of Joseph, namely for Machir, the firstborn of Manasseh, the father of Gilead, because he was a man of war. Therefore he was given Gilead and Bashan. And there was a lot for the rest of the children of Manasseh according to their families. For the children of Abizar, the children of Helek, the children of Israel, the children of Shechem, the children of Hefer, and the children of Shemidah. These were the male children of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, according to their families. But Zelophehad, the son of Hefer, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, had no sons, but only daughters. And these are the names of his daughters: Mahlah, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. And they came near before Eleazar the priest, before Joshua the son of Nun, and before the rulers, saying, The Lord commanded Moses to give us an inheritance among our brothers. Therefore, according to the commandment of the Lord, he gave them an inheritance amongst their father's brothers. 10 shares fell to Manasseh, besides the land of Gilead and Bashan, which were on the other side of the Jordan, because the daughters of Manasseh received an inheritance among his sons, and the rest of Manasseh's sons had the land of Gilead. And the territory of Manasseh was from Asher to Michmash, that lies east of Shechem, and the border went along the south to the inhabitants of En-Tappuah. Manasseh had the land of Tappuah, but Tappuah on the border of Manasseh belonged to the children of Ephraim, and the border descended to the brook Kanah, southward to the brook. These cities of Ephraim are among the cities of Manasseh. The borders of Manasseh was on the north side of the brook, and it ended at the sea. Southward it was Ephraim's, northward it was Manasseh's, and the sea was its border. Manasseh's territory was adjoining Asher on the north and Issachar on the east. And in Issachar and in Asher, Manasseh had Bashan and its towns, Ibleam and its towns, the inhabitants of Dor and its towns, the inhabitants of En-Dor and its towns, the inhabitants of Tanakh and its towns, the inhabitants of Megiddo and its towns, 3 hilly regions. Yet the children of Manasseh could not drive out the inhabitants of those cities, but the Canaanites were determined to dwell in that land. And it happened, when the children of Israel grew strong, that they put the Canaanites into forced labor, but did not utterly drive them out. Then the children of Joseph spoke to Joshua, saying, Why have you given us only 1 lot and 1 share to inherit, since we are a great people, inasmuch as the Lord has blessed us until now? So Joshua answered them, If you are a great people, then go up to the forest country, and clear a place for yourself there in the land of Perizzites and the giants, since the mountains of Ephraim are too confined for you. But the children of Joseph said, The mountain country is not enough for us, and all the Canaanites who dwell in the land of the valley have chariots of iron, both those who are of Bashan and its towns, and those who are of the valley of Jezreel. And Joshua spoke to the house of Joseph, to Ephraim and Manasseh, saying, You are a great people and have great power. You shall not have only 1 lot, but the mountain country shall be yours. Although it is wooded, you shall cut it down, and its farthest extent shall be yours. For you shall drive out the Canaanites, though they have iron chariots and are strong. Now the whole congregation of the children of Israel assembled together at Shiloh, and set up the tabernacle of meeting there. And the land was subdued before them. But there remained among the children of Israel 7 tribes which had not yet received their inheritance. Then Joshua said to the children of Israel, How long will you neglect to go and possess the land which the Lord God of your fathers has given you? Pick out from among you 3 men for each tribe, and I will send them. They shall rise and go through the land, survey it according to their inheritance, and come back to me. And they shall divide it into 7 parts. Judah shall remain in their territory on the south, and the house of Joseph shall remain in the territory on the north. You shall therefore survey the land in 7 parts, and bring the survey here to me, that I may cast lots for you here before the Lord our God. But the Levites have no part among you, for the priesthood of the Lord is their inheritance, and Gad, Reuben, and half the tribe of Manasseh had received their inheritance beyond the Jordan on the east, which Moses the servant of the Lord gave them. Then the men arose to go away, and Joshua charged those who went to survey the land, saying, Go, walk through the land, survey it, and come back to me, that I may cast lots for you here before the Lord in Shiloh. So the men went, passed through the land, and wrote the survey in a book in 7 parts by cities. And they came to Joshua at the camp in Shiloh. Then Joshua cast lots for them in Shiloh before the Lord, and there Joshua divided the land to the children of Israel according to their divisions. Now the lot of the tribe of the children of Benjamin came up according to their families, and the territory of their lot came out between the children of Judah and the children of Joseph. Their border on the north side began at the Jordan, and the border went up to the side of Jericho on the north, and went up through the mountains westward. It ended at the wilderness of Beth Aven. The border went over from there toward Luz, to the side of Luz, which is Bethel, southward, and the border descended to Ataroth Adar, near the hill that lies on the south side of the lower Beth Horon. Then the border extended around the west side to the south, from the hill that lies before Beth Horon southward, and it ended at Kirjath Baal, which is Kirjath Jearim, a city of the children of Judah. This was the west side. The south side began at the end of Kirjath Jearim, and the border extended on the west, and went out to the spring of the waters of Nephtoah. Then the border came down to the end of the mountain that lies before the valley of the son of Hinnom, which is in the valley of the Rephaim on the north, descended to the valley of Hinnom, to the side of the Jebusite city on the south, and descended to En Rogel. And it went around from the north, went out to En Shemesh, and extended toward Galiloth, which is before the ascent of Adumim, and descended to the stone of Boham, the son of Reuben. Then it passed along toward the north side of Arabah, and went down to Arabah, and the border passed along to the north side of Beth Hoglah. Then the border ended at the North Bay at the Salt Sea at the south end of the Jordan. This was the southern boundary. The Jordan was its border on the east side. This was the inheritance of the children of Benjamin, according to its borders all around, according to their families. Now, the cities of the tribe of the children of Benjamin, according to their families, were Jericho, Beth Hoglah, Emek-Keziz, Beth Arabah, Zemaraim, Bethel, Avim, Para, Ophrah, Shephat, Harmoni, Ovni, and Gaba. 12 cities with their villages: Gibeon, Ramah, Beeroth, Mizpah, Sephirah, Moza, Rechem, Erpil, Terala, Zela, Eleph, Jebus, which is Jerusalem, Gibeath, and Kirjath. 14 cities with their villages. This was the inheritance of the children of Benjamin according to their families. The second lot came out for Simeon, for the tribe of the children of Simeon according to their families, and their inheritance was within the inheritance of the children of Judah. They had in their inheritance Beersheba, Sheba, Molada, Hazar-Shual, Bela, Ezem, Etolat, Bethul, Homa, Ziklag, Beth Markabah, Hazar-Susah, Beth Lebel, and Sharuhin, 13 cities and their villages. Ain, Rimmon, Ether, and Ashan, 4 cities and their villages, and all the villages that were around all these cities, as far as Bela, Beer, Ramah of the south. This was the inheritance of the tribe of children of Simeon according to their families. The inheritance of the children of Simeon was included in the share of the children of Judah, for the share of the children of Judah was too much for them. Therefore, the children of Simeon had their inheritance within the inheritance of that people. The third lot came out for the children of Zebulun, according to their families, and the border of their inheritance was as far as Sarid. Their border went toward the west, and to Maralah, went to Dabasheth, and extended along the brook that is east of Jokneam. Then from Sarid it went eastward toward the sunrise along the border of Kisloth Tabor, and went out toward Deborah, bypassing Japhia, and from there it passed along the east of Gath-Hepher toward Eth-Kazin, and extended to Rimmon, which borders on Nia. Then the border went around it on the north side of Hanathon, and it ended in the valley of Jephath-El. Included were Katath, Nahalal, Shimron, Idalah, and Bethlehem, 12 cities with their villages. This was the inheritance of the children of Zebulun, according to their families, these cities with their villages. The fourth lot came out to Issachar, for the children of Issachar according to their families, and their territory went to Jezreel, and included Chesulloth, Shunem, Haphraim, Shion, Anereth, Rabbith, Kishion, Abez, Remeth, and Ganim, and Hadad, and Beth-Peses. Then the border reached to Tabor, Shahazimah, and Beth-Shemesh. Their border ended at the Jordan, 16 cities with their villages. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Issachar according to their families, the cities, and their villages. The fifth lot came out for the tribe of the children of Asher according to their families, and their territory included Helkath, Hali, Beten, Asheph, Amalek, Amat, and Mishal. It reached to Mount Carmel westward along the brook Shihor-Libnath. It turned toward the sunrise to Beth Dagon, and it reached to Zebulun and to the valley of Jippath El, then northward beyond Beth Emek and Neiel, bypassing Kabul, which was on the left, including Ebron, Rehob, Hammon, and Canaan, as far as Greater Sidon. And the border turned to Ramah and to the fortified city of Tyre. Then the border turned to Hosa and ended at the sea by the region of Ashkip. Also Umah, Ephek, and Rehob were included, 22 cities with their villages. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Asher according to their families, these cities with their villages. Amen.
Joshua 19, verse 32. The sixth lot came out to the children of Naphtali, for the children of Naphtali according to their families. The Lord also spoke to Joshua, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, Appoint for yourselves places of refuge, of which I spoke to you through Moses, that the slayer who kills a person accidentally or intentionally may flee there, that they shall be a refuge from the avenger of blood. And when he flees to one of those cities, and stands at the entrance of the gate of the city, and declares his case in the hearing of the elders of that city, they shall take him into the city with one of them, and give him a place, that he may dwell among them. Then the avenger of blood pursues him, and they shall not deliver the slayer into his hand, because he struck his neighbor intentionally, but did not hit him beforehand. And he shall dwell in that city until he stands before the congregation for judgment, until the death of the one who is high priest in those days. Then the slayer may return and come to his own city and his own house, in the city from which he fled. So they appointed Kadesh its dwelling in the mountains of Naphtali, Shechem in the mountains of Ephraim, and Kirjah, which is Hebron, in the mountains of Judah. And on the other side of the Jordan, by Jericho eastward, they assigned places in the wilderness of the plain, of the tribe of Reuben, Ramoth and Gilead from the tribe of Gad, and Golan and Bashan from the tribe of Manasseh. These were the cities appointed for all the children of Israel and for the stranger who dwelt among them, that whoever killed a person accidentally might flee there and not die by the hand of the avenger of blood until he stood before the congregation. Then the heads of the fathers' houses of the Levites came near to Eleazar the priest, to Joshua the son of Nun, and to the heads of the fathers' houses of the tribes of the children of Israel. And they spoke to them at Shiloh in the land of Canaan, saying, The Lord commanded to Moses to give us cities to dwell in, to be a common land for our livestock. So the children of Israel gave to the Levites from their inheritance, and the commandment of the Lord these cities and their common land. Now the Lord came out for the families of the poor tithes, and the children of Aaron the priest, who are the Levites, 13 cities by lot, from the tribe of Judah, from the tribe of Simeon, and from the tribe of Benjamin. The rest of the children of Kohath, 10 cities by lot, from the families of the tribe of Ephraim, from the tribe of Dan, and from the half tribe of Manasseh. And the children of Gershon had 13 cities by lot, from the families of the tribe of Issachar, from the tribe of Asher, from the tribe of Naphtali, and from the half tribe of Manasseh. The children of Merari, according to their families, had 12 cities from the tribe of Reuben, from the tribe of Gad, and from the tribe of Zebulun. And the children of Israel gave these cities with their common land by lot to the Levites, which the Lord had commanded by the hand of Moses. So they gave from the tribe of the children of Judah and from the tribe of the children of Simeon these cities which are designated by name, which were for the children of Aaron, one of the families of the Kohathites, who are the children of Levi, for the lot was theirs first. They gave them Kirjath Arba, Abba was the father of Em, which is Hebron, the mountains of Judah, and in the common land surrounding it. But the fields of the city and its villages he gave to Caleb the son of Jephunneh as his possession. Thus to the children of Aaron the priest, he gave Hebron in its common land, a city of refuge for the slayers, Libnah in its common land, Jatir in its common land, Eshtemoa with its common land, Holon with its common land, Gezer with its common land, and Ain with its common land, Judah with its common land, and Beth Shemesh with its common land. 9 cities of those 2 tribes. And from the tribe of Benjamin, Gibeon with its common land, Geba with its common land, Anathoth with its common land, and Talmon with its common land. 4 cities. All the cities of the children of Aaron the priest were 13 cities with their common land. And the families of the children of Kohath, the Levites, the rest of the children of Kohath, even then, even they had the cities of their lot from the tribe of Israel. For they gave them Shechem with its common land in the mountains of Ephraim, a city of refuge for the slayer, Gezer with its common land, Kibzaim with its common land, Beth Horon with its common land, 4 cities. And from the